you can let this hunger for truth have you. You can let the hunger for truth eat you up. It is a glorious feast, and it is time to stop circling the table. You have a place at this feast.
Hello and welcome to Being Yourself, Self-Inquiry with Gangaji. My name is Barbara Denempont. Today I'm bringing you a classic recording that we call Sacred Hunger. In this monologue, Gangaji speaks to our very deep human longing for truth, for God, for love. And of course, I expect if you're listening to this podcast today, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, after I share this powerful monologue, I'm going to take off my podcast hosting hat and put on my executive director hat. And the reason for that is I want to ask for your support in making these podcasts possible. If you're benefiting from this program, I hope you'll consider to just stay tuned to hear how you can send Gangaji's message of peace out to the world. Now let's turn our full attention to this recording from 1997, Sacred Hunger.
Welcome to Satsang. Friday night I just mentioned how sacred this meeting is, this coming together of one another in the name of this mystery of truth. And I realize that, of course, that's what churches and religions have been doing forever. And I know that most of us in this room have turned from our given church or our given religion, maybe turned back and then turned again because of the deadness of it, or because of the unfulfilled promise of it, or because we simply wanted something from it that it wasn't prepared or able to give. And yet still there is this hunger for that which is holy and sacred. And we spend so much time in our lifetimes building up what is holy and then tearing down what is holy. Finding some reason to worship something and then finding some reason to turn away from it. Wondering why the hunger just grows. So when we come here like this, satsang, which means association with truth, which means worshipping truth, bowing before truth, being humbled before truth, then we're somehow addressing this that will not let us alone. Whatever our attempts to own it or to reject it, it will not let us alone. Whatever our attempts to make it separate from us or to make it beneath us, to make it out of our reach or to make it trivial, still it will not let us alone. So I honor that in each one of you, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that it is that which is stronger than any attempts to trivialize, any attempts to reject, any attempts to own, any attempts to put separate from you. I'm not making light of these attempts, of course. They are tremendous. They are horrible. They keep the mind spinning and spinning and spinning, reaching for and then rejecting. Rejecting and then reaching for. But deeper than that is this hunger to meet and to fall down in front of that which is sacred and whole. And we share this. And the message I bring to you that was made apparent to me in the meeting I had with my guru in 1990 was that this hunger can be addressed fully and completely. That you can fall into this hunger itself. And in the falling into that, you can notice quite clearly, quite distinctly, whatever mind attempts to make it beyond you or to make it beneath you. And you can let those attempts go. You can let this hunger for truth have you. You can let the hunger for truth eat you up. It is a glorious feast. And it is time to stop circling the table. You have a place at this feast. Everyone, of course, is invited to the feast, but somehow you, in this room, at this time, to some degree or other, have accepted the invitation. Maybe you accepted it as a child, maybe you accepted it yesterday. Somehow you have accepted that there is a force in your life that is calling you. And from that acceptance, we meet. I'm not saying you meet me exclusively. I'm saying that this meeting is a servant to that force. If you are true to that force, finally you will find all meeting is servant to that. But certainly you can discover that here and now. That's why I'm interested in meeting you. And in truth, that's why you're interested in meeting me, besides whatever peripheral interest you might have. That's the truth. And it's a very simple, basic truth. And it is bigger than anything that can be comprehended by any individual mind. The realization of the impossibility of owning that which you hunger for most is the invitation to stop trying to keep it away, to stop trying to grasp it. It's the invitation to be still, to let the hunger have you, to let the hunger annihilate you. If you are willing to let this hunger for truth, or whatever you might call it, hunger for love, hunger for God, if you are willing to let this hunger annihilate you, you will see that all that can be annihilated is any idea of who you are, any image of who you are, any sensation of who you are, any memory of who you are. And what is left in the ashes of this annihilation is the truth of who you are. And this is what eats up all concepts, all ideas, all images, all memories. Eats it up, spits it out, eats it again, spits it out. So we have some 6 or 7 meetings together, precious meetings, instants in time. Let us use them wisely, deeply, mysteriously. Let us be used by these meetings. There is so much in our lives that we are willing to trivialize and take for granted. and make like everything else. But what rare, precious time we have in this devotion to truth. So the message that I bring to you from my teacher and from his teacher is the message that is alive already in your heart. Not your emotional heart, but your heart, your core. It's already there. It's nothing I have to put in there. It is alive as the truth of who you are. And so whatever you think you may be understanding, however close that understanding may come to the truth, it is not the truth. The truth is deeper. So the great challenge is to let go of all understanding. I'm not suggesting you cling to misunderstanding or not understanding. You let go of that as well, so that the radiance that is already the core of your being can proclaim itself, can share itself, can live itself, fully conscious of itself as that. Then you will experience who knows what, great happiness, great bliss, ecstasy, peace. But deeper than those experiences, there is a life that's being lived consciously as life, not needing any experience for its fulfillment. And in that, your life is naturally a beacon to all life forms. Then your life form, in whatever limited way, as all life forms are limited, is used by life itself. And this is a joy, a peace, a bliss, an ecstasy that is much more profound than any feeling state. It is a happiness that leaves happiness behind. So I invite you into yourself. And if you are willing to go into yourself, I invite you to see, can you discover a distinction between in and out there? And if you can discover a distinction, please let us see. Is this imaginary or is it real? So now you know my agenda for our time together. Someone once told me if you were really enlightened, you wouldn't have any agenda. Agendas are allowed. My agenda is for you to fully and completely wake up to the endlessness of self-revelation, and to recognize that the endlessness of that is endless in the sharing of it. So if your agenda comes close to that, wonderful. Nothing can stop it. I welcome your questions. I don't welcome your excuses, though. But you can try me.
What a possibility for our lives that Gangaji is speaking to be beacons of peace in a world filled with challenges. I know that living freely and authentically is the first and most important way that we can be beacons, but I also believe this little podcast is also a powerful light, a beacon, again, for those who want to come home to themselves, perhaps without even knowing exactly what that means. In the last year, Being Yourself has been downloaded over 142,000 times in 128 countries. I find that amazing. And for me, that is part of the mystery, that we have this technology and these recordings that can be shared with others we may never meet, but we can absolutely appreciate their heart's desire and what it can mean to their lives, just like you and me. I am asking for your support in sending out a message of peace to the world. If you go online to make a donation, I think you'll be greatly heartened to see just how far this message is reaching. Your contribution is welcome, it's needed, and it's appreciated. Just go online to Gangaji.org. That's GANGAJI.org. And follow the links on the homepage, and you'll find these wonderful maps that tell you all the different places in the world where people's lives are being touched. So it's with my heartfelt gratitude for every one of you that is listening today. May all being awaken to itself. My name is Barbara Denempont. Until next time.